Hey everybody! 여러분 안녕하세요. So recently I've been uploading videos of myself speaking in Korean. I've been meaning to do that for a while on my YouTube channel, but I just never had the confidence. Also, I feel nervous whenever I record myself, even now. However, a very kind and caring Nuna, she encouraged me to do so that's what I did. I'm even using Korean to teach Cantonese now, and I'm not sure if there are any Koreans that want to learn Cantonese. They rather learn Mandarin. So, do I speak Korean? Well, yes and no. I mean, I've been studying Korean since 2008 when I was a 17-year-old high schooler. It was not an easy language. I remember I just bought a small pocket Lonely Planet dictionary, and every day I try to memorize as much words as possible. I've gave up many times. I remember the first time I gave up, it was when the computer was trying to teach me how to say 만나서 반갑습니다. At that time I was like, that's too long, I give up. I remember it took me over a week to memorize how to say 안녕하세요. For the most part, learning Korean, it was self-taught. I didn't even start taking a Korean class until 2018 in SDSU. I've only taken a total of 3 classes. Other than that, it was all self-taught. Watching Korean drama, movies, speaking with Korean friends, and reading books. I also studied abroad in Chunhyang University in 2019. For the most part, I can communicate in Korean with friends. I did last a whole night with Korean friends without having to speak English, which I'm still surprised about. And it really depends on the conversation. If we're just having casual conversation, then yeah, I can speak Korean. Maybe 98%. There are times where I didn't know how to say it in Korean and I just end up speaking English, Konglish. However, if I'm speaking to older people like my superiors, that's when I get a little nervous and I feel like I don't speak Korean because I have to use 존댓말 and I suck at that. I mean, I accidentally said ya to some older people in the past. And sometimes I forgot to add the yo at the end. You always have to add the yo if you're speaking to people who are older than you. That's Korean language. Informal and formal. So yeah, mainly with friends, people my age or younger, I feel like I can speak Korean, but with older people, I feel like I need a lot of improving. Also, if a Korean person talks to me about politics or the economy, then yeah, I don't know how to speak Korean at all.
대장동 개발 의혹 핵심 인물 4명이 오늘 동시에 검찰에 소환돼 조사를 받았습니다.
남욱 변호사의
So it really depends. I do know how to worship a little bit in Korean. 예수님 감사드립니다. So for the most part, it's just casual conversation. That's when I feel like I do speak Korean. Anything else that is out of the ordinary, then probably not. I like to learn more though. Oh, 사투리. I cannot understand 사투리 very well. However, I am very curious about the 북한 사투리, and I learned a lot from watching Crash Landing on You. 사랑의 부시작. 알가쇼, 미안하오, 왜 기래, 제주 사투리. I cannot understand that at all. It's like a completely different language. Even Koreans that don't live in Jeju, they cannot understand that. The Korean language from the Joseon dynasty, I can understand a little bit, but for the most part, no. I did learn some of it from watching the Joseon dynasty dramas, and whenever I say it to my Korean friends, they will laugh at me. Because when we apologize in Korean, we never say 송구합니다 anymore. 대구마마, 아빠마마, they don't use that anymore. So yeah, this is what I mean when I say that I do speak Korean and I don't. But I'll continue my best to keep learning, of course. I mean, I'm planning to move to Korea in the future for a year or so. And I'll continue to upload more videos of me speaking Korean, or at least I'll try. I'm glad that I'm able to use Korean to talk about Hong Kong because I think it's very important that everybody globally knows about the situation in Hong Kong. And I'll be honest, seeing other foreigners speaking Korean very well, like better than me, it motivates me to learn more. And whenever people say to me, oh, 한국어 진짜 잘해요, I was like, oh, no, please don't say that to me. For 2 reasons. I really don't think my Korean is that good, and 2, I like to stay humble. Also, when I watch Korean dramas and movies, I need subtitles. If I get to the point where I don't need subtitles anymore, then maybe I can agree with Korean friends telling me 한국어 진짜 잘해요. My listening is very poor still. And I do have some Korean friends that speak pretty fast, to the point where I had to tell them to slow down. A lot of my Korean friends, they tell me that their English, they understand better than speaking. I'm the complete opposite. 근데 제가 한국어 계속 열심히 공부하겠습니다. 그리고 여러분 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. Thanks for watching. And I'll end it with Cantonese because I am Hong Konger. 多謝收睇.